Today, from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports.
On the return, here's Jerome Ford. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. First play from scrimmage, Watson going to throw it.
Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 35.
A huge play there right off the bat. 41 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Back to throw, Watson.
He's got his receiver, Cooper.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. They go right back to him for 20 and a first. Well, he's one of the top receivers in the game, Charles, so no surprise here on the opening drive. They want to get him involved, and he has catches on back-to-back plays.
And, Brandon, I look at it from the defense's perspective. You know he's one of the top receivers in the game. You've got to find ways to slow him down because if he gets into high gear, he's going to shred you all game long.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
2nd down. Here's Chubb again. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns are on the board first here this afternoon. Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And Nick Chubb the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
So here come the Colts to take over for the first time, and leading the way is the number 4 pick in the draft out of Florida. Here's Anthony Richardson.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
They run with the All-Pro from a couple of years ago, Jonathan Taylor. And Taylor going to pick up the Colts first down as he'll be taken down at the 46. The numbers for him from a week ago, 22 carries, 95 yards, and a score.
Well, to no one's surprise, he gets an early rep right there, and they've been playing their best ball this season as they've built this winning streak.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And they are right at the 500 mark on the year and got there with a victory a week ago.
And I think right now I put myself in the shoes of the head coach and say, all right, time to reset a little bit. And I don't give my team a win one for the Gipper speech, but I do say, look, we haven't played our best football yet, but we are at 500 and we're still in it. Let's try and string a few of these victories together, and we're capable of doing so.
Throwing again, it's Richardson on second down. They'll set up the screen to Taylor.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
So, Charles, take nothing away from this young man under center, because I know people think he's got a very bright future in this league, but I have to figure that defensive coordinators love the thought of squaring off against a rookie quarterback.
And especially if they have guys they can put together a game plan with that's going to confuse, disguise a lot of coverage, make this kid think a little bit. Because in college, he's seen a lot of things. Let's not get it wrong here. But at the same time, in the NFL, you can do so much more because of the athletes you have, because of their football IQ. And don't forget, you're going to throw a couple extra rushers at him as well. See if he can handle the pressure when those guys come at him.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Watson on first down.
That's caught by the tight end, Harrison Bryant.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Harrison Bryant,
his first touchdown on the year.
And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score...
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Walker.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
No gain on the play there, second down.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0. Then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3.
Here's Watson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, batted free. But Kevin Stefanski going to take a chance, going for it on fourth. They will indeed snap it to Watson. Able to shake him, and he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Browns unable to move the chains on fourth down. And the Colts are going to take over with a football.
Now, you know I don't often have sympathy for quarterbacks, but in this situation, I don't know what else he could do. Fourth down, so he can't just throw the ball away. He's got to find a way to try and make a play, but the pressure ended up getting to him.
Pressure got to him. Really big sack and a turnover here on downs. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves. That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big third down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
To punt on fourth down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. That's pulled in at the 32. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns.
And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot.
Chubb producing on that run, and he produces year after year for the Browns. 3rd in the league with over 1,500 yards in 2022. He quietly is in the top 20 all-time in both yards and touchdowns in a player's first 5 seasons.
They run again on first down, Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. This is 2nd and 8.
They run it again with Chubb.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 51 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
From the red zone now, Watson. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Browns are able to add on to their first half lead.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And it is 28-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. On first down, Richardson. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. Now a 2nd and 10. Richardson looking to throw this. He'll get this one to Pittman. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Oh, he's intercepted again. It's Richardson's 3rd of the game. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Watson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. So we've come to halftime after a message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the 3rd quarter. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. McKenzie now from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Anthony Richardson and the offense back out. And that first half was nothing short of a disaster. 0 points on the scoreboard and a big 3 in the INT column.
So they've got to get him going, obviously, right? So you've got to get him in rhythm. And we always think of short passes. I think of jet sweeps where they just kind of toss the ball forward. You know, that counts as a forward pass. And then you can say to him, look at that. You completed 3, 4, 5 in a row. Now you've got to get your confidence going.
They run once more with Taylor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the 3rd quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
And they'll go to the air now with Richardson. Connecting over the middle with Downs. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 45-yard line. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. A lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the 3rd quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
2nd down and 4. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. Richardson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Well, Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Martin Emerson.
And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. Final minute now of the third quarter. Here's Watson. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game, and he's got a first down. Out of the gun, Watson rolling to his left. And this is incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Indianapolis. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
And the Colts getting ready to go. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively, and it's second down. Now Richardson. Out of his hands quickly to Pittman.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Richardson looking to throw.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
1st and 10. Here's Richardson with it.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has, but in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 25-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. First and 10, it's Richardson. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to the air with Richardson. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout that's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Gay's kick is good. And now they'll just need 4 touchdowns as the deficit is now 28. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg. And they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Cleveland offense making their way out.
And it's all but certain that this win streak is going to extend another week. Just another tremendous performance in this one. And Watson's going to throw it here. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. It's caught inside the 25. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
McKenzie now from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
3rd and 1, Richardson to throw.
And incomplete on the deep ball. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. This is brought in at the 21. And running with power here. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Browns drive about to get started.
As they try to finish things off in this 4th quarter, and that current 5-game win streak looking like it's going to go to 6.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Throwing now, Watson. He's going to take another shot here. And this is incomplete.
Up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to.
And this is taken in at the 5.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Another touchdown here in the 4th quarter. And, Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And, partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams. And that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
McKenzie now from his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And that one is incomplete, and now we're inside of 10 seconds. Just 9 remain. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Now it's Richardson.
And, oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
That is incomplete. Fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense.